Do you ever feel like you spend so much time and effort being productive and doing things during the day that by the end of the week you are too exhausted to do anything but rest? Or do you work so hard that sometimes you feel yourself burnt out and just stop caring? I can definitely relate to this. I spend so much time on my channel talking about how to get more things done, how to be more productive, that sometimes it's good to take a step back and think about self-care. In this video, I'm going to take it down a bit and talk about some of my favorite ways to practice self-care to avoid burnout, stress, and just to maintain some more joy and calm in my life. For those of you who are new here, welcome. I'm Sara Stilleke. I'm a scientist, and my channel is all about how to level up to become more productive and successful. So if that's something you're looking for, please subscribe to my channel because I release new videos every Tuesday and Friday. My first tip for practicing self-care is to start your day with it. One of the easiest ways to practice self-care is to start doing it from the moment you wake up in the morning. This means taking a few minutes to do something that brings you joy and makes you feel relaxed. For example, you could meditate, do some yoga, read a book, or listen to calming music. This sets the tone for the rest of your day so that you can begin your normal responsibilities from a baseline of feeling calm and centered. I personally like to start the day with some quality cat petting time. There is something so therapeutic about petting an animal, and I'm fortunate enough to have two super fluffy and snuggly cats, as you may know if you've seen any of my YouTube shorts. I love to just spend a few minutes in the morning petting and brushing Milo and Chester, and this helps me feel calm and centered before starting the rest of my day. Tip number 2 for practicing self-care is to take regular breaks throughout the day. Have you ever looked up from your desk and thought, oh man, where'd the time go? While being in the zone and having time fly is an amazing feeling, our brains really aren't optimized to work for long periods of time without breaks. In fact, research shows that for those of us who work lots of overtime, productivity falls sharply after 50 hours in a week and drops even more significantly after 55 hours in a week. Basically, longer periods of work are not always more productive, and taking breaks can both prevent burnout and increase productivity. So if you're someone who gets in the zone and loses track of time, consider setting an alarm for your phone to remind yourself to take breaks. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you choose to look at it, I'm someone who loves to drink a ton of water throughout the day. So my constant bathroom breaks serve as good reminders to take breaks. My third tip for practicing self-care is a big one and can make a huge impact on many aspects of your life when used effectively, and that is to set boundaries. Sometimes we get intimidated when we hear the word boundary, but this basically just means saying no to things that don't align with your values or priorities, so that you can make time for the things that you want to do. Setting boundaries can help you feel more control in your life, which can reduce stress and anxiety. It can be uncomfortable to say no, especially to people you care about. One of my favorite ways to say no is, hey, that sounds like a really interesting project, but I just don't have the bandwidth to give it the full attention it deserves right now. Or if you want to be less direct, you can say, I'm sorry, but I promised my partner or kids or cats or self that I just won't take on any new projects at the moment. You'll be surprised how many people respect this and are happy to respect your boundaries that you set for them. Tip number 4 for practicing self-care is a basic one: get enough sleep. Sleep is crucial for our physical and mental well-being, so it's important that you prioritize it. Make sure you're getting enough sleep each night by setting a consistent bedtime and wake-up time. If you're having trouble falling asleep, try practicing relaxation techniques such as deep breathing or meditation. When I was in college and in my 20s, I was able to party all night, stay up super late, and wake up early the next morning for organic chemistry class at 8 a.m. Now that I've reached the ripe old age of 31, I can't even function during the day if I deviate from my sleep schedule even a little. Regardless of your age, sleep is extremely important for supporting your brain function, immune system, and stress levels. So do whatever you need to get enough sleep. My final tip for practicing self-care is one that I often struggle with too. So even though I'm sharing it as a tip, it's something that we all need to work on together. And that is to be compassionate with yourself. We are only human, and it's okay to make mistakes and have an off day. Instead of beating yourself up, try to be kind to yourself. Somebody told me once that if someone spoke to you in the way that you sometimes speak to yourself, you would probably punch them in the face. So why do you allow yourself to be so mean to yourself? Practice being nice to yourself, and I'm going to do the same. And now we've made it to the end. I hope you found these tips valuable and agree that practicing self-care is important to not only staying productive, but to living a happier, more relaxed life. By prioritizing your self-care, you'll be able to show up at your best self in all the other areas of your life. Thank you so much for sticking with me to the end of this video. And if you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.